All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to make one of those templates that makes it look like text in a book, which you see so often on LinkedIn everywhere. And I suspect that most of them are made with templates just like this, but the key is you can build one of these in maybe 5 minutes and then in the future write anything you want and post it, and it'll look great. First thing we're going to do is get some stock photography, and I'm looking for a book that's blank or pretty close to it. And of the pictures I see, I think this one is probably the better one. So I'm going to grab that, put it into PowerPoint, and then I'm going to paste the source information, because we should always source our graphics, videos, and other things that we share that we didn't create. So I'll get that down to size and put it away at the bottom where it's out of the way, but still easy to find. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the same photo and paste it back into PowerPoint, and then I'm going to crop it down to this section that's just above the text I want to delete. Because if I do that, it's going to make a square that looks like the shading and gradient of the paper. Now, you can see it if you look very closely, but it'll pass at first glance. So next thing we do, we add a simple text box. We're going to write some text in there. And then later, when I want to do a different phrase or different text, all I have to do is edit this out of my template later. So just a couple of adjustments to the spacing, and I'm going to choose a font that looks more like the text that would be in this book to start with. Give it a bit of an improved position, nice and centered on the page. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to give it a bit of a gradient because the text stuck out too much as being fakey. It didn't look like it was part of the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one side to orange so I can clearly see which direction the gradient's going in, and then I'm going to pick the proper left to right gradient. Then I'll pick that other color and make it slightly higher than just deep black. It'll give it a bit of a fade to it, and it makes it look more natural. It's very subtle, but it's something that's pretty easy to pick up. So with that done, now no matter what text I type in here, it's going to look like it belongs to that page, like it's part of the text. And I can see a little bit of a white border around the outside edges of the photo, and that's because this text box is sticking out over the end. So I'm going to need to adjust the text boxes to make sure they're all inside the graphic, and then highlight the whole thing, right-click, save as a photo, and then we just head over to LinkedIn, go home, write a post. I'm going to post about having made this template. Then we're going to click to include the photo, and I always include alt text for people with vision impairment. I think it's the right thing to do, and we shouldn't be lazy about that. We are professionals. You don't have to post something as detailed as I did, just something that gives the idea, and then we post, and we're done. And just like that, we have a nice post that looks like that printed text style that you constantly see everywhere, that you could update in seconds and post another one, and building the template only took a few minutes in the first place. So happy book posting!